decade, the plan's going to be broke. So something needs to be done to save it.
Tax the rich. Tax the rich.
How much do I love that? You heard the people, tax the rich. Look, that's great because the Republicans always pretend that there's no other way to balance the budget than cutting services for you. But there is, and people have figured it out. Have the top bracket and corporations pay their fair share. What you just saw there was New York Republican Representative Charlie Gibson getting pushback because of his vote for the Paul Ryan plan. And he's just one of many congressmen who are feeling the heat from constituents. Some, like North Dakota Representative Rick Berg, seemingly can't handle the heat, so instead what they're doing is rewriting history.
Did you vote to eliminate Medicare as it is today?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes. You voted yes.
Yes.
Once again, score one for the informed constituents. It is inarguable that Congressman Berg voted to end Medicare as it is today. It is a bald-faced lie to say otherwise. But his voters weren't done with him yet. They also want to know what happens to people under 55.
55. Okay. Absolute no change. Absolute no change in this Medicare proposal.
If as long as you are over 55.
Okay,
if you're 54.
Let me just. This is a problem. I want to show you this.
So to hell with those people, are we saying?
Again, they're right. Why would the Republicans exempt people over 55 if they thought it was such a good plan? Wouldn't they want current retirees and people over 55 to be able to bask in their wonderful Medicare plan too? Of course, the reality is that they know the plan is disastrous for Medicare, and they didn't want to face the wrath of seniors. So basically, they told people under 55, to hell with you. We're taking away your guaranteed benefits. And a new study really emphasizes just how costly that is for all of us. The Center for Economic and Policy Research finds that the Ryan plan drives Medicare costs up $34 trillion over a 75-year period. Now, look, I know that's a long time frame, but $34 trillion? What happened? I thought the free market solutions were supposed to lower costs, not dramatically increase them.
We're talking about bringing in competition and free market solutions.
You're talking about privatizing it. That's not competition. That's adding a profit motive to it. I want to know how a profit motive makes Medicare more efficient. How is a 75-year-old who's obese with high blood pressure going to get insurance?
Now, that was Nicole Sandler, and she was arrested after asking that question. Now, why was a constituent arrested for asking a question at a town hall event with her congressman? That's crazy. Well, Nicole joins me now to help answer that question. Nicole's also the host of the Nicole Sandler Show at RadioOrNot.com. Nicole, great to have you here, and I'm glad you're now. Yes, and I'm glad you're out of prison. I mean, this is crazy. So first, let's talk about how this town hall was structured so people get a sense of what happened.
Well, they called it a town hall meeting, but when I got there, we were given cards to fill out in order to ask our questions. Sorry, to me, a town hall meeting means constituents get to talk with the congressman and ask questions and have back and forth. If I had known it was going to be a lecture, I probably wouldn't have shown up.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because I saw the first question that they asked, and of course, I want the audience to understand this because this is important. If you go to a town hall event, you get to ask your congressman questions, but if they pre-screen the questions, you just get the questions that they like. The first question was, how many czars does Obama have, and how much does it cost us? I mean, of course they selected that one because they love that question. So it makes a mockery of the whole town hall. So you thought, all right, I'm going to ask a question anyway. Now, look, Nicole, some people might have thought that's rude. You're not listening to your congressman and how he structured the meeting. But why in the world were you arrested?
Good question. When I was right after that clip you played, I was told I would have to leave, and a bouncer kind of guy was called over a Fort Lauderdale police officer who grabbed my arm and escorted me out. And as we were leaving, there was some media around me and asking me questions, and I finally stopped, and the police officer kept grabbing me and pushing me. And so I stopped. I turned around. I had a little flip camera with me, and I said, I want your name and badge number. And he said, fine. And then turned around again. He pushed me again. And at that point, I screamed at him, and I said, get your hands off of me. I think I said it a few times pretty emphatically. And at that point, he said, that's it, you're under arrest. I was like, really? I mean, my boyfriend was there. He said, what are the charges? And he said, trespassing after warning. But I don't know if you've seen the police report. I know, right? I don't know if you've seen the police report, Cenk, but apparently the officer accused me of physically accosting him, said I pushed him repeatedly. The video clearly shows the opposite, right?
Right. No, look, I saw the video. It's not a matter of witnesses. It's on tape. It's just it's not what he said. And the other thing that amazes me is it took about 30 seconds or less for them to come get you. It's not like you were up there giving a lecture for 2 minutes or 5 minutes and not letting anyone else speak. I mean, if you can't ask a 20, 30-second question at a town hall event and be arrested for, what was it, trespassing without...
After warning.
You've been warned not to ask questions of your congressman. Nicole, why didn't you listen? What did you think, this was a democracy?
Actually, I did, Cenk. You know, I thought it was a democracy. And the fact that I'm arrested for going to a town hall meeting and trying to ask my congressman a question is absolutely absurd. I've heard what he wants to say. I want my congressman to listen to what I have to say, and that's why I went.
And by the way, did he ever answer your question? Because your question was actually excellent. It was about privatizing Medicare, and that's the real question here. How is that going to affect things? And did he ever give an answer, or since you weren't fawning over him, he doesn't answer those questions?
That's it, I guess. And in fact, I wasn't there, so I don't know if he answered it. But from the other people who were there, they've told me no, of course not. He just went on with his talking points.
Nicole, one other thing. In jail, what did they do? They put you in a cell by yourself, and then you apparently got maced. Why'd you get maced?
Yes. Because I dared to challenge the guard, the Broward County Police Department or Broward County Jail guard, who he put a bunch of us in a room and they forgot about us for over an hour and left us in this sort of storage room. And when we got out, I told him he owed us an apology, and he got all sarcastic. And I said, we're human beings and we deserve an apology. So he put me in solitary confinement, which plays real weird tricks with your mind. When I finally, he asked to be out when they brought lunch. He told me no, but then the door to the cell opened, so I stepped out, sat down on the step right in front of it, and he saw me and started yelling at me to get back in the cell. And I said, please, sir, please let me just stay out here. And he said, are you disregarding my order? And I said, well, please just let me stay out here. And he sprayed mace, I mean, like a lot of mace in my eyes, my mouth, my face, my hair, to the point where they evacuated the whole ward of all the women that were in there because they were, their eyes were burning from it.
Well, Nicole, you should have known not to challenge President Mubarak like that. I mean,
I'm sorry, I thought this was America. I thought we were in America. I thought this is what we're supposed to do, right? Democracy is a two-way street.
Exactly. By the way, so the audience knows, eventually Allen West said that if you support Medicare the way it is now, that it will mean the end of America. You can kiss it goodbye. That means he's simply admitting absolutely that he does not believe in Medicare as it is now. But Nicole, thank you for joining us and sharing your story with us. An amazing story. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Cenk. I appreciate it.